Good morning, 603.
This is the part you unmute yourself and you say good morning back, guys.
So good morning, Joelle. Good morning. Good morning, Nia. Good morning, Jabali. Good morning, Kareem. Good morning, Flavia. Good morning, Rani. Thank you. Good morning, Nathan, Adeline,
Yeah. Guys, we're not, I understand that I was a bit harsh at the beginning, but guys, I got to be realistic. This is your grades, you know? So I'm going to say it again. Just try to get me things on time, right? It's like dead time. If your mom says, hey, you got to clean up your chores before you go to sleep, you got to do them. Like, that's just what it is, right? So come on.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be learning about positive and negative integers. Ms. Canella is going to be doing this first one. I will just be guiding you guys and answering questions. Cool?
All right. Let's get started.
Dope.
Hold on a second, guys. I don't know why.
Please write your name in the chat as I'm taking attendance.
So, Mr. R, I'm going to go over the learning target, the page, and then show the video, all right?
Sounds good.
All right.
If it wasn't, yeah, full name. Thank you, Naya.
All right.
I'm going to be doing a grade link.
Awesome. Mr. R is going to be taking attendance every day, and you're going to get marked present if you're here with cameras on. That's the class credit for that. And then you get graded on participation. So make sure you participate, even if you write in the chat. All right, so today, oops, this is supposed to say, okay. Today is September 17th. We're working with standard 6.NS.5. That standard's all about integers, positive and negative numbers. Okay, so today you're going to learn that today your learning target is, I can explain how positive and negative integers are used to describe quantities. Quantities are numbers that have an opposite value or direction. So today it's all about integers. But before we begin, you need to know what an integer is. Now, we know that an integer is a positive number like 5. We already know 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2. They're all positive numbers. When there is no plus sign, it's a positive number. But an integer can also be a negative number, like -2, -3, -5. And it also includes 0. So positive integers that you're going to see in a moment that you know about are all greater than 0. So on a number line, they're to the right of 0. And negative numbers are less than, so they're always going to be on the left with the negative sign. So again, when you think of a number line, you'll see in a moment in the video because it's laid out. We have 0 in the center, and to the right of 0 is all positive, and to the left of 0 are all negative numbers or integers. So a number is called an integer in math now. Every number has an opposite. So for example, the opposite of +4 is -4. So here there's no plus sign because that means it's positive. So if I said the opposite of +4 would be -4. If I said the opposite of -8, you would tell me +8 or 8. That's what we're dealing with today. That's what that says here, that every integer has an opposite. So the opposite of positive is negative, and the opposite of a negative is a positive integer. Now, you're going to see this in the video. When we deal with positive numbers, right? Let's think about this. We've probably gone to the bank with our parents or guardian or family member, right? Thumbs up if we've gone to the bank before. Give me a thumbs up if we've gone to the bank to get some money out. We've all probably done that, right? When you go to the bank, I should have had it. Man, my mom has it in the car. I'm sorry I don't have it with me. You have 2 options. I'm going to show you something. I don't have the real thing. And if we were in school, I would have had it for you. I apologize, guys. We have this thing called a ticket. It's called a deposit ticket. And on a deposit ticket, it asks for your name. It asks for your account number. And it's going to ask for the money that you want to deposit. So when you go to the bank, you get a deposit ticket or a withdrawal ticket.
Again, guys, please send your attendance, please, name.
And when you go to the bank and get a deposit ticket, your guardian, family member, friend, whoever it is, fills their information out. They put their first and last name. So I would put like Jennifer Canella, right? I obviously would put my account number, and I would put how much money I want to deposit. That means put in. So when you deposit money, it's money you're putting in. It's a positive amount. So think deposit, positive. Now on the other side, you can take out money. And when you take out money, that's called a withdrawal. When you withdraw something, you take it out. So if you ever gone to the bank and people fill out a ticket to withdraw money, they're taking out negative money, which means that when you see these words, positive integer, we gain money, we win money, it's above zero, you earn money when you work for somebody. Or I know for me growing up, I had chores for my mom and my dad, and I had to make my bed every day. I had to clean my room once a week. I had to vacuum my floor, you know, put my clothes away. And every week, if I did it for that week, I earned money. I earned money means I made money, right? Deposit, rise, growth. When you think of negative, it's money you lose. So think about football, right? Right? When you shoot the football into the goalie post, whatever that's called, right? That number is going to increase every time you score in the goal, or every time you make a home run in baseball, or every time you shoot the basket and make a two-pointer or a layup in basketball, right? Positive numbers. That's kind of how math relates to the real world. And anything that's sea level is zero. So this number line is going to be shown to you in a video. So let's get right to the video now. Any questions so far? That had to take a little time because, you know, that's important information. All right, I'm going to show you the lovely video now. This video is about 5 minutes, so really pay attention because it's going to go right to the lesson after this. Not sure what's happening right now. Uh-oh. Hey, scholars. So today I just wanted to kind of review with you how we place integers, which are positive or negative numbers, on a number line and what that looks like. So here's a quick little visual for you to see. That way you can do really well with the work that we have. I'm going to be adding some things as well. Okay, so when we talk about positive and negative integers on a number line, we need to understand, first of all, what is an integer? And I'm going to tell you what an integer is. And an integer is a positive number, which are to the right of zero on a number line. And they're also negative numbers, which are to the left of zero on a number line, as well as zero. So positive numbers are to the right of zero. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Those are positive numbers, and they fall to the right of zero on a vertical number line that you see, or a horizontal number line. Vertical or horizontal number lines, they fall to the right of zero. Negative integers are going to fall to the left of zero, such as -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. Negative numbers always have this line, which is called a negative, not a minus, it's a negative sign. Now, something that I didn't type here that I'm going to type over here, what's really important, is that each integer has an opposite. So for example, what does that mean, right? So let's look at this. If we have A, what is the opposite of 5? The opposite of 5 would be -5. If we wanted to find the opposite of -9, the answer would be +9. So in this example, we know that a positive number, the opposite would be a negative number. Now, it would be negative. Now, why is that true? I'm going to show you in 1 second. And the opposite of a negative number is actually going to be a positive number. And I'm going to show you why that's true right now. Let me just put number here. Now, when we look at a number line, I'm actually going to use a check mark. So let's look at 5. 5, we start at 0, is 5 units to the right. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, where the green check mark is. Now, if I look at -5, we're going to start at 0 always, because 0 is the center of a number line and it has no opposite. It's neither a positive integer or number or a negative integer or number. So now I'm going to go 5 units to the left, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put a heart here. So if you look, I just want to show you something, right? I'm going to use this line that from the -5 to the 0, okay? This is actually, I'm going to make an arrow here. I'm going to put a text box that this is 5 units from 0. So 0 to -5 is 5 units from 0. Now, let's look at on the other side, we have 0 and 5. Let me show you why these are opposites of each other. As you just saw, right, I'm going to make my line here on 5. This is just showing you. I'm going to make my arrow here to show you this. From 0 to 5, I have to hop. I start at 0 always. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to have 5 units to get to 0. So this has to be 5 units from 0 to the right. And on this one, it should say 5 units from 0. I'm going to add over here to the left. So again, 0 is the center of every number line, and all the numbers to the right, as you can see, are positive. They're greater than 0. And all the numbers to the left of 0 are negative integers. I just showed you why -5 and 5 are opposites, because they are both 5 units, 5 spaces, 5 hops from 0. So therefore, we can say, or just to recap, that every positive integer has a negative integer, as I showed you on example A, and every negative number or integer has a positive number or integer as its opposite. So in class today, we're going to explore that again. Also, we will be using page 1 to help you in today's work. Thanks, guys.
I wrote something in the chat for Kareem and Kalani. Please pick your heads up, guys. Okay. If I can't see your face, I'm assuming you're not here, and I will write you absent. Straight up. I get it. I'm tired too, but let's go. Wake up. Kareem. There you go. Now I can see you. Thank you.
All right, hold on 1 second. I just need to go back.
All right, let's do this, guys. It says Jenna. It says your name has started sharing, but I don't see your screen.
Can you see it now?
No, it's black.
Do you guys see my screen?
They're looking at the same thing I'm looking at. No.
Let me hit stop share and try it again. All right, let's try it again. Tell me what you see. Do we see this now, guys?
Yep,
Mr. Art, students?
It's good now.
All right, so this is the chart you're going to use. So let's look at how we do this example. This is from the old test in 2016. Okay, so here we have artifacts and elevation, and what we have to do is we have to write the name of the artifact, and then we have to figure out if we see above or below if it's positive or negative. So I'm going to model the first one for you, then Mr. R is going to do the next one. So the first artifact is dinosaur bone. Dinosaur bone. When we look here, we see that it's above. When something is above, it's a positive integer. So we're writing the artifact, and then we're translating if it's positive or negative. So we know above is positive, so we write plus 23, or we write 23. Those are the two ways to write a positive integer. When we look at the second one, which is the gold mask, I'm gonna see if, oh no, how do I get that one back? Oh, what happened here? Hold on. Oh no. All right, so on this one, it's gonna say dinosaur bone. We have plus 23 or 23. The next one on the chart says gold mask. That's the name of the artifact, gold mask. And the key word here is below, 9 feet below. So if above is positive, below is a negative. We write minus or -9. Caveman, who wants to try that one? Caveman, caveman skull. It says sea level. Flavia, what do you think? What number is sea level? It's right in the center of a number line.
Level sea level is basically in the middle.
Right, and we call that number the middle 0. Every number starts at 0 on a number line. Good job. Treasure chest. Treasure chest is 35 feet below. So above is positive, below is negative. So Kalani, how do I write 35 feet above, below as an integer? Plus 35 or negative 35?
Negative 35.
Perfect. And the last one, it says silver coins. I'm going to actually write that text box over here. Sorry, I didn't really kind of make it on the line. I apologize, guys. Silver coins. This one says 3,709 feet above. So the opposite of a negative is a positive. So 3,709, we're going to put a plus sign, is also written, or it could be written as 3,709. So again, we take the artifact and we put the words into math now. Now it says on this is a state test question, and you'll see them again. Explain how you determine if an elevation required a positive integer, negative integer, or zero. So they're looking for the key words here. So anytime we see the word above sea level, we think a positive integer. This is a positive integer. Anytime we see the word below sea level, this is what it's asking, we think of a negative integer. And then as Flavia said, it was right in the center. When something is sea level, it's always zero. You don't start anywhere, you're always at zero. So this is what, this would give you 3 points. This was a 3-point question. So anytime you see above, you know it's a positive. Anytime you see below, it's negative. And anytime you see sea level, it's always zero. Does that make sense to everybody? Questions, comments, concerns before we move on to the next question? All right. Again, office hours will be today if you need more assistance. All right, let's look at the next one.
Can I request something? This might sound crazy. Can I see everybody unmute themselves? I'm noticing that the lacking of attention is coming from people who are actually not participating. And I realize that at the grade attendance now, I can see how you conduct yourself, and I can put like, oh, you've been perfect, or you participating, you're not participating, and such forth. So I'm gonna put that on there as well. So the next one, model problem number 2, writing situations. And for those of you that didn't unmute, guys, I want you to unmute. Actually, let's try that. Can everybody unmute real quick? And if I can't handle it, then I'll tell you to mute again. Just everybody unmute real quick. I'll leave it unmuted. Thank you, Adeline. Thank you. Steven, can you mute yourself? Yeah, his mic is bad. Okay, you guys can mute yourself again. I just wanted, next time I call on you, you guys better be ready to shoot. Okay, the elevations in feet of three cities are marked on the number line shown below. Guys, this is another question on the test, and it actually is one because I remember it. So in the map of the number line, we have 3 cities. We have city P, we have city Q, and we have city R. Each of them are at a different point. So above the sea level, 0 will represent the sea level, and R will represent below sea level. It says the point 0 on the number line represents the sea level. Which statement must be true? Think about this. City P and Q are above sea level. Is that true? No, clearly city R is below what? Sea level. So scratch A out of there. We know that A cannot exist. I'm going by Miss Canella. You hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'll wait for you to finish that, and then.
You want to just explain?
Yeah, I will.
These numbers are here so they know.
Yeah. So guys, you guys know that 0 is a balance, right? It's a 0. It's where the sea level is. So clearly we know that below that is going to be negative numbers, making it below the number line. So that basically means that it's going to go, it's not the number line, guys, it's the negative number. Anything that's negative is what? Below, right? So below sea level. In this case, it says the point 0 on the number line represents the sea level. Which statement must be true? We just answered A, and we noticed that A is incorrect, right? It says city P. Is city P above sea level? Yes, no, maybe?
Is it above?
Jennifer nodded yes. Okay. If I don't hear nobody, I'm just assume. Oh, Marley's here. Okay, so I have to answer that. But I'll finish this one and then I'll go. Okay. City Q. City Q and R below sea level. So hold up. If you're at sea level, are you below it? Does that make any sense? Kalani said, nah. Kalani, talk to me. Why not?
Because if you're at sea level, you're not above it or below it.
You're on it, right? It makes sense, right? Cool. Thank you for that. Now, city P is above sea level and city Q is below sea level. Okay, so is city Q below sea level? If you're on it. We just answered that one, right, Kalani? So it doesn't make sense. What about D? City P is above sea level and city R is below sea level.
P is above, it's 10, right? And R is negative 20, so it's below.
So is that one correct? Is it true? Is it a true statement? So what do we do with true statements? We circle it, right? Everybody see how we got that? Right? Yes, no, maybe. Angie, are you with me, Angie? Yes? Angie?
Yes.
Okay. What about Steven? You good? Yeah? Thumbs up, Steven? All right. And what else? Let's see. Kareem, you good? You sure? All right. Miss Canella, I'm gonna go answer that one question that you put.
All right. So now on this one, you're going to use page 2. You're going to translate the word into a positive or negative integer. So when I said withdraw, Kyrene, do you remember, is that positive or negative? If I'm taking money out, is it positive or negative? That's pretty simple. What do you think? Kyrene, if I take money out, is it positive or negative, kiddo?
You're withdrawing.
Yeah, you're withdrawing, so I'm taking, oops. So I don't know what's going on here. I'm actually deducting or taking out money. These are words you hear in math when you go to the bank. A deposit is what kind of money? What's the opposite of negative?
Positive.
Nathan. Okay, thank you, Kareem. Positive, yes.
We write it like this, positive 80, or we put 80. Who's up next, Mr.
Nathan, help me out. 9 floors above ground level. Above. 9 floors above ground level. What is it, positive or negative?
Positive.
Good, sir. Thank you. The next one is Adeline. A stock price rose 289 points. Positive or negative?
Positive,
Good. How do we know that?
because it said rose, so it means it's above.
Perfect. You just answered it. Azelia Rodriguez lost $75. Positive or negative?
Negative,
Negative. Thank you. How do we know that?
because it says lost.
Good. The next one on my list is going to be Joel. 17 feet above sea level. Positive or negative, sir?
Positive,
And how do we know that?
because above sea level.
That's correct, right? Key words above. Next one, Nia. 3 feet below sea level. Positive or negative?
Negative,
Good. And how do we know that?
because it says below.
Good. Good.
And
I'm
Mr.
glad you guys are answering it.
Real quick for them, in case they needed help, they could have used page 2 because it had the
Oh,
video
yeah.
for them.
Givelli.
All right, let's move on to the next.
Givelli Perez, actually. Is the
She's
next one.
next? Okay, let's do the next problem. Oh, this one's pretty simple. Okay, go ahead. You want to read it for her? You want her to read
Yeah,
it?
I'll read it and you answer it, all right, Perez? Yes, Abby? Good. So a fleet is jumping around on the number line below. If the fleet starts at 1 and jumps to 3 units to the right, then what integer number will the fleet be on? So you start at 1 and you jump 3 to the right. Which way you going, positive or negative?
Who's answering it?
Perez, Gavelli.
We're here at 1. This is the right. This is the left.
I don't hear her. I think she's muted. Oh, no, you're not muted. Talk to me. So how do we do this? Do you understand the problem? Okay. Let me try this then. In Spanish or in English?
English.
Okay. So we start at 1, right? And it's saying that there's something jumping on the line. We start at the number 1 and we're going to the right 3 times. If we're jumping 3 times to the right, which number do we land on?
What's 1 plus 3? There you go.
Good. And how do we know that? Well, clearly it says we're jumping to the right. So every time you hear the right, meaning, what hand do you write with? Your right hand, so you remember that your right hand is positive. Your left hand is negative. So if I say I'm going left, you're going negative numbers. If I say you're going right, you're going positive numbers, okay? Do the next one for me, just to make sure that you understand this. How far is the flea from 0?
So look,
You're at 0. How far is it? If it's on 4,
0. How far until you get to 4?
it's just like adding, right? You're at 0 plus what gives you 4?
4.
Yeah, there you go. You see? It's not that hard. You guys are overthinking it. Okay, if the flea
4
starts
units,
at 0 now, again, we're doing 0, and it jumps 5 units away in either direction, which 2 spots can the flea land on? So, Gavelli, real quick, if you're at 0 and you jump 5 times this way, what number are you on?
5.
5. And now what happens if you jump the other way?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you stop at?
5.
What
It's
kind of
not 5. It's what type of 5?
-5.
There you go. Right? So we noticed that we have 2 different ways that we could actually what? Tackle this problem, right? We could go positive or negative. That's the point of today's lesson, guys. Right? You have to know how to distinguish one from the other. Does that make sense?
And we should also say to Mr. R that opposites are the same distance from 0. They're the same spaces from 0, guys. Okay, let's
Got
move
it.
on to the next one because this is what your independent work is like. Very similar to this.
And again, that's what I'm talking about, right, guys? You guys were submitting those things late. I don't know if you don't understand it. If you don't understand it, please just tell me. Like, I don't care if you raise your hand. I don't care if you just look at me, Mr. R, I don't understand this. Talk to me. That's
Yeah.
the way I can find out where I need to help you at, okay? Thank you, Ms. Perez. The next one on my list is going to be Jennifer. Darren is currently 20 feet above sea level, which currently describes the opposite of Darren's elevation. Now think about this. What's the opposite, Jennifer?
The opposite of 20 feet below.
The opposite is -20.
There you go, right? And how do you know that? Because clearly it's the opposite, right? If it's positive or negative, right? Good. So which one would I answer? Is it 20 feet below sea level, 20 feet above sea level, 20 feet below sea level? Or sorry, 2 feet below sea level, or is it sea level? Out of all those answers, which one is it?
The opposite, I think, B, because it's opposite of positive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 20 feet, no, 20 feet below.
So
No, look at the question. It says Darren is currently 20 feet below sea level. If he's below, he has to do what to get to the, right? What's the opposite of below?
Above.
Good. So you say which one is B? That's what you said, B?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I heard it different. I thought you said D, sorry. All right.
Okay, let's now, Mr. R, it's 9:30, so I think we can do maybe one of the independent practice problems, and then we could do the other thing if you want, and the exit ticket.
Sure.
All right, let's go over independent practice problem 6. You're gonna see this on your form. This is talking about wrestlers. So when you guys see a negative number, is that gaining or losing weight? If you're down -2 pounds, are you up or down weight? If you were at -2 pounds, did you lose or gain weight?
Lose weight.
Lost weight, you lose. So I want you to write that in there. Michael, 6, did he gain or lose weight? Is that positive or negative?
He gained weight.
Positive.
Good, so he gained weight. How about Carl, he's at 2, did he gain or lose weight?
Gain.
Gain. This is what you do when you tackle these questions that we made. Nicholas, 5. Did he gain or lose? Somebody. Gain. And -5 for George. Did he gain or lose?
Lose.
All right. So now it says Michael. Michael gain or lose weight since last week? So look at Michael. We said he gained. So what did he do? Michael gained. He gained weight, right? Number B. Which wrestler's weight change is the opposite of Carl? Go to Carl. 2 is Carl. What's the opposite of 2?
-2.
So which wrestler has -2?
Mario.
Who?
Mario.
Maya or Mario?
Mario.
Okay, so number B, or letter B, we put Mario, right? This is what you have to do. Which 2 wrestlers dropped weight? Identify means name. So which 2 dropped weight? That means lost weight.
How about Adeline?
Hello, who lost weight? Look at the chart where it says lose. Who are the 2 people that lost the weight?
George.
Okay, George, and who's the other wrestler?
Mario.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay, Mr. R, you want to do number D, letter D and letter
Good.
E?
David weight change since last week was the opposite of Michael's. Wait. What was David's weight change? I would like Marley. Marley, can you unmute yourself and answer this?
Our camera's not on. Oh, there it is. Hi, Marley.
Hi.
So did you understand the question or you want me to repeat it?
Can you repeat it, please?
Yes. David's weight change since last week was the opposite of Michael's. What was David's weight change?
So you're going to have to figure out what is Michael's weight on the chart. What does it say? How much did he weigh? What number is that?
6.
So what's the opposite of +6?
-6.
There you
Good.
go.
Thank you, Marley. Which wrestler gained the most amount of weight? I would like Joel.
Joel, I think you're up. Which wrestler gained the most amount of weight? Gain. Look at the words that have gain. And is it Nicholas 5, Carlos, Carlos, or Michael 6, huh?
Michael gained the most weight.
Right, sir. Thank you.
So Michael. You guys see what we did here? Because this is what your independent work is going to be like. Does everyone see what we did? So just think a negative integer represents losing and a positive integer represents gaining.
I
Okay?
hope that they understood that because now I got to take over.
Yeah.
I must do it now, Miss Canela, and then we'll talk about it now that I have more people inside. Okay.
So
can
wait,
you-
hold on. No exit ticket, right? Don't go over that with them.
No, they got to do that on their own.
So should I hit stop recording now?
Oh, no. It's fine.
Yes?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Unless you really want to. I'm not going to say nothing crazy. Guys, listen up. Please pay attention because this has been hard for me already. And some of you that were in the session already in the beginning, you guys kind of heard this. But I'm going to repeat myself and I'm going to reiterate this. My classwork, your independent practice, and your exit tickets are due at 4:15. You submitted any later than that, you get a 0. I do not look at it. It goes into an email and I legit press it and I delete it. Okay? Now, this is different for people that have a legitimate excuse. Like if your mom, parent, guardian, whoever takes care of you tells you, hey, get off the machine, you need to disconnect, that's cool. But guys, you got to tackle those problems before then. Because what happens is now that I'm actually going through this, right, guys, you guys are getting low scores. And then later on, when this whole thing is over and quarter 1 is over, you're going to come to me and Miss Canela and say, hey, but how did I get that when I did all my work? And I'm going to look at you and I said, did you submit it on time? And when you say yes, and I pull out a list of all the things you submitted late, you're going to be like, oh, I don't want that. So before we get there, I'm telling you now, it's week 2, right? And this is going to go really quickly. I want you guys to start submitting your work on time. Is everybody okay with that? Is everybody clear with that? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Thumbs up if you understand me. Okay. So the next time that I see a late submission, this is what's gonna happen. This is a protocol. Parent, I'm gonna speak to your parents.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the first step. I'm gonna send them a message on Parent Square. The third step is I'm gonna handle it with a Zoom conference call. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe, yes. Thumbs up if you understand me. Yes? Steven, you understand me? I get it, guys. But if I'm over here grading you, I don't want to give you bad grades. That's not my job. That's not my intentions. Another thing, I feel like some of you guys do not understand the problems. Ms. Perez, are you listening to me? Gavelli. Ms. Perez, are you listening to me? No, you're not. What I just said. Pay attention for real. Listen. I want you guys to understand this. I'm not holding back. When it comes down to your grades, you could call me the biggest bad person. If I have to give you a 0 10 times straight, I'm gonna give you a 0 10 times straight. Does that make sense? Yes? Yes, no, maybe, yes. I hope you guys understand this because I'm not saying this just to get you mad or get you, I don't know how you're feeling right now, but what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm tired of marking zeros. It's only week 2 and I've given out more than 20. That's not fair. Right, guys? You understand me? Yes? Yes? Miss Canella.
And also, too, we have office hours Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 2 to 3 every day. So there's no excuse why your work is late or you get a grade that you don't like because we go over it with you. So please come and just turn it in when it's due. It's very simple because we work until 4:15. That's when it's graded and that's what gets put in. So you send it in at 5 o'clock, it's getting a 0. That's it.
And I know this, guys. I know that there's, look, right now, my house is not the quietest thing ever. It's not. One thing I'm gonna tell you is, guys, you guys gotta find that little area in your house. I don't care if it's the corner of your bedroom that is quiet to actually focus. Okay, it's hard for me to trust me. But what I'm trying to tell you is, find it. It exists. Trust me, it's there. Let mom, dad, hey, listen, I'm going inside a Zoom session, and I cannot talk. I gotta focus on math, or I gotta focus on English, or I gotta focus on science. Let them know.